Stenograph. My name is Veronika Mikhailova, and I'm a Senior Product Manager for the writers. Today, I'm thrilled to introduce our new writer, NexGen. And here with me, I have Mike Miller, who is going to introduce himself. But thank you so much for coming over and sharing your experience for using this NexGen writer. Mike?
You bet. So I'm Mike Miller. I'm FAPR, RDR, CRR, freelance reporter in Houston, Texas, president of Miller Reporting Group. Been a Stenograph user since I started on OzPC back in 1994. Went through Premiere Power and was on one of the first beta cuts of Case Catalyst in 1999. So I think it was Catalyst 1.1. So it's come a long way since then. Yeah, just been a Stenograph guy my whole life. I'm on the liaison committee. I meet with the programmers of Catalyst and talk to them about things they can do. And thankfully and luckily, you guys have sent me a NexGen to play around with for the last few months. So that's what I'm here to talk about.
Yeah, and thank you so much for being our friend. So I would like to show NexGen to everyone. So the new design offers a better screen. It's a larger, we went from 7-inch screen to an 8-inch screen. I'm going to turn it on and show you the new colors and icons and everything we put in the graphic user interface. The adjustments are, we added 2 positions to stroke control and another 5 positions to tension control. So now we have 13 positions for stroke control and 19 positions for tension. Now, this is the shortest stroke we ever offered. The softer touch that we offer right now as well, the landing is softer. So it really helps the strain on the body and fatigue. And we would like to introduce our Stenograph link. So Stenograph link will allow you to do over-the-air software updates at your convenience. You don't need to use a laptop. You don't need to use any other computer. You receive a message right on your writer, and you can update your writer. And also, this new technology will allow connection to our tech support much quicker and much easier and more efficient. And hopefully Mike will go into some more details about his experience. So Mike, what were your first impressions of NexGen?
So out of the box, the thing that really surprised me was I didn't touch any of the key settings. I dialed in sort of where I had my Luminex with the tension and the depth. And pretty much right out of the box, I was writing really well. There's always, look, any new writer is going to write a little differently than the writer before it. There's no 100% perfect transition to a new writer. But I was on a real-time job that very first day and was very happy with the translation. A couple of things that surprised me were on the Luminex 2, I always wrote with the toggle on to minimize the amount of pressure it takes to push the keys. I'm old, my hands are old, and the less I have to exert to write in the day, the happier I am. On this machine, it actually had such a lighter touch out of the box that I turned the toggle off. It was almost too light. Like I need a little bit of going through the mud just to know that I'm pushing keys. And with the toggle on, there was like nothing. It was like writing on air. And some of you are going, yes, I want to write on air. I don't. I need a little bit of friction. So I turned the toggle off and it was kind of right where I wanted it. The knobs on the side, and it's been true since the Diamante, they're always a very vague, unmarked knob. And if you ever wanted to figure out where you were at, you had to like spin it all the way to one side or the other and go, okay, I am 7 clicks up from the bottom. Well, now it's printed on the push wheels. So I can see that I'm, on a 2 depth and a 4 tension. And if those get moved, I know immediately they got moved. But that was the main thing, was it has a very softer landing at the very bottom. It doesn't feel like you're banging into metal. It feels like you're banging into chewing gum a little bit, which is a good thing. I like that. But a very, very light touch and could go so much lighter than I have it that if that's your thing, also very much shallower than I have it. That's another thing I can't do. I need to move through space to know that I'm writing. So if you want it bottomed out and barely moving and no tension whatsoever, this machine is the first one that really kind of gets you all of that with those settings. So like I said, I was real happy right out of the box with it.
Great. Wonderful to hear. So how do you think NexGen differs from Luminex 2 and the other writers that you have used?
Just the feel. And really that's the most important thing. People are talking faster. These millennials coming out of law school that want to talk at 350 words a minute because they have 10 hours worth of questions to ask in 7 hours. The writer needs to not introduce tension and fatigue to my body. It needs to let things flow from my hands as effortlessly as possible. So it's a similar feel to the Luminex, but it is very much just a lighter, less fatiguing, easier machine to write on, I feel, and adjust. Again, a lot of the improvements are under the hood, so to speak. And so, it's not, graphically or dramatically different looking from a Luminex, but I don't buy it because of how it looks. I buy it because of how it writes. So it's just, it's an improvement in the right direction on minimizing fatigue and just a better feel.
Thank you. What is your favorite feature of NexGen?
Favorite feature? Again, I'm going to sound like I just keep repeating myself, but the soft bottom, the chewing gum feel at the bottom of it. Because, talk about a feature that I use, 27,000 times a day. It's every time I hit the bottom of a stroke, it feels better. It doesn't kind of send the bottom of that stroke up through my forearms and into my shoulders like other writers, do. And there's been a progression all the way back to, the Stentura, which was, let's, make it lighter on the hands, lighter on the arms, and just every writer just gets a little bit better at it as technology increases. I love that. And then I love the numbers on the knobs. So I'm well aware of where I'm at. I did, right before we got on this call, you guys issued an update to the OS on the writer. And I have never been a wireless person for anything. I don't do wireless headphones. I don't do batteries, and I don't do wireless on the job because those are two things that can fail you at any moment. I've been actually using the Wi-Fi connection on this writer and have had no issues with that. And then the beauty of that was you sent out an email, said, oh, there's an update. I turned on the writer. I hooked it up to my internet connection, and I said, check for updates. It said, there's an update, install it, done. Never plugged it in. No USB drive, no USB cable, did it all over Wi-Fi, which, honestly, that's the thing. If you're going to need the Wi-Fi, then you shouldn't need the cable to do anything. And you guys have actually taken care of with the Stenograph link. It can actually talk to the mothership and get updates. I was on a call with Dominic the other day. Awesome dude, by the way. Shout out to Dominic. Go Dom. Dude's great. He was totally into what was going on with my machine, and he's looking at my settings. He was like, well, I see you have this set. And I'm like, wait, back up. What are you looking at? And he's like, oh, you're logged into the Wi-Fi. I'm looking at your writer settings. I'm like, okay, you can't see me, can you? Because I just got out of the shower. But he said no. So, but it was great that we were immediately on the same page about what was going on my writer. And it wasn't even a problem. He was just saying, well, I see you've got this set this way. Have you thought about this? And I'm like, yeah, I thought about it, but I didn't do it. But that's pretty impressive that you can see it. So I think for support calls and things like that, to get the text right on the same page immediately with the users, that Stenograph link is going to be huge. And then pushing updates and, usage data or whatever else you guys can do with it. You guys aren't reading my notes, are you?
We're not reading anything. We
Okay.
only have access to settings, and you actually have to give us access. You have to go a specific screen, read the agreement, and accept the agreement. We won't be able to see anything until you actually do this.
That's what I figured. So, but no, it was very surprising that, Dominic was that into what was going on my machine immediately. So that was definitely something new and different. So,
He is very knowledgeable for sure.
Yeah. And just a great attitude, just a happy guy, and was just so willing to help. So just
Wonderful.
shout out to Dom.
Great. Thank you so much. Now, if you would like to meet our NexGen, please visit us at StarCon 24 in San Diego, California, and on April 18th through April 20th, and become a member. So you can take advantage of the discounts that we're offering at the Star Promotional. And besides that, you will be able to have amazing network opportunities. You can attend Catalyst trainings, learn best practices, and among the first ones to see all the new technology that Stenograph offers and the NexGen. So thank you so much for your time, Mike. Thank you for joining us today, and I hope to see you at StarCon.